Kevin, if I had the money, not only will I get back, I will change lives. Sad thing is, you know me for this long, and you still don't get it. Kevin, if I had the money, not only will I get back, I will change lives. Sad thing is, you know me for this long, and you still don't get it. Compassion, conviction fills my heart as evermore. Iniquity has left me all alone. One desire turn my soul so cold. Without you, I would never know mercy in the air. I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare right now, mercy in the air. I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare right now, compassion. Listen, you get me out when I stray. Everlasting love I never see. Kept me from the enemy. Even when my life was disordered, can't keep on living my life this way. My spirit cries out to your name. Yeah, hell on my hands up high, all unto you, oh yeah, mercy. Conviction fills my heart as evermore. Iniquity has left me all alone. One desire turn my soul so cold. Without you, I would have never known mercy in the air. I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare right now, mercy in the air. I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare right now, salvation. Capture me and turn my life around. Wash me clean and make me whole again. Show me how to right my sinful way. Establish your presence within this mercy in the air. I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare right now, mercy in the air. I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare right now, can't keep on living my life this way. My spirit cries out to your name. Yeah, hell out my hands up high, all unto you, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare right now. Give me mercy. Have mercy on your servant. Have mercy on your servant. Mercy in the air. I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air. I declare right now, mercy in the air. I declare, oh yeah, mercy in the air.
Oh, yes. Shalom, Israel. It's your brother New Breed coming through with that spiritual voltage that you signed up for. And that track right there, that is a slapper right there. Goodness. In case y'all wondering, yes, that is Dawid Israel himself. That is Brandon T. Jackson himself. The brother's multi-talented. Multi-talented brother. We're talking about actor / comedian / musician. Man, Israel got it, don't we? That joint right there. When y'all hear that, that's an exclusive listen too, by the way. That's all exclusive. When y'all hear the hard copy, the solid copy, man, I got to be on that. We got to light this summer on fire this year. I got to get on there. I need to get on a track like that. We already talked about doing a collab, and that joint finna light up the summer. Real talk. I see brothers and sisters rolling in the chat pretty quick. All praises to the Almighty. Julie Talks is in the building. 88 Soul, Unveiled Woman. Michelle's in the building. Jamie Rios. I want everybody to share this video, share the video, hit it with a thumbs up. We have a very, very powerful guest. We're talking about movie star. Starred in movies such as Tropic Thunder. Starred in, the list goes on and on. We got the Percy Miller series. The Percy Jackson, Percy Miller. Masterpiece son in them. No, Percy Jackson series. We got Lottery Ticket. Y'all seen that scene right there. We got Lottery Ticket. The brother has been all over. The brother's doing powerful works. Today, this discussion is going to be about kingdom building. Yes. And this brother's not just coming with a bunch of jargon or rhetoric. We're talking about actual solution. Tangible solution. And there's some things in motion that's going on right now. And I've been telling you, brothers and sisters, to be prepared for something new, prepared for something interesting, something inspiring, something that's going to really cause a lot of airwaves to begin to ruffle. The time is now, ladies and gentlemen, that we start building a nation, a kingdom. And I'm not going to be long-winded at all. I'm going to allow my guests in. Everybody, welcome Brandon T. Jackson.
Yo, it's good.
Shalom, brother.
Shalom, how are you?
I'm well. It's great to have you on, man. I'm honored to have you as a guest. And there's a lot to discuss within the nation. And there's many questions that I got lined up that I would like to ask you. But first and foremost, I just like to give you the floor. And I want you to tell the people, who is Brandon T. Jackson?
That's funny because that's a deep one. Brandon T. Jackson, shalom to everybody, by the way. Y'all might know me as Brandon T. Jackson, comedian, Brandon T. Jackson, actor. A lot of people don't know the backstory of that whole situation. And when it comes down to my name, who I am, it's deep because when I was a child, I made a covenant with the Almighty. I said, and I'm at the time I'm thinking it's church. You know what I mean? When you grow up in church and you have you come from a generation of shepherds, you start to think that, okay, I'm going to be in the Christian church. So I made a promise to the Most High God. I said, if you make me famous, I will build your kingdom on earth. And I would say that all the time. That was my prayer. If you make me famous, God, I'll build your kingdom. Make me famous. I would say that. And I don't even know why I honestly, to this day, I know why now, but like, it still sounds kind of like a vain prayer. The Most High don't need you to be famous to build his kingdom. It's the small things that happen. But, I guess that, that's kind of, I look back, it was like a purposeful prayer, but it still sounds a little vain. I ain't gonna lie. Most High don't need, you to be famous to build his kingdom. But sometimes he does raise people up to be an example. And, ever since I've been in the truth and understanding that the kingdom of the Most High is his people and he's building a nation. And that threw my whole world for a loop. I thought I was going to be a Christian pastor. And I ended up declaring the Most High's kingdom on the earth while being a celebrity and everybody looking at me like I was crazy. So that's where we are right now. So welcome, Brandon Jackson.
Yes, sir. It's an honor to have you on, man. And I want to say this as well, like, within the confines of religion and, with this awakening as well, with a lot of brothers who come into the truth, they don't believe that the prophets were famous, I guess. I don't know what this misnomer is. So, in a sense, we're still talking about the prophets of old. We're still talking about John. We're still talking about David. We're still talking about them all. The biblical patriarchs. So I think the Most High, it's safe to say that the Most High gives his prophets and teachers fame to utilize his purpose, to be used for his purpose. So that's such a blessing. And also, brother, so you know, how were you? Could you tell me a little bit about how you grew up and how you were kind of introduced to the Hollywood lifestyle, and how did this thing come about where you were in movies, big movies? You care to elaborate how you made it there? A little bit about your journey.
It was okay. Let's talk about how I grew up. I grew up in a faith-based miracle healing, uh, Pentecostal, non-denominational family. My dad, still to this day, if you look him up, I mean, to the point, and I don't even care what people say because I don't have time for, the negativity. But he was the actual pastor who did the inauguration for Donald Trump. So I grew up in a social political family my whole life. I've always been kind of a black sheep in a way where I didn't go with the grain. Even to this day, um, you know, my dad, who I love and I respect, because the Almighty always tells us to honor our family, and honor our parents and our mother and father. But it is funny because we have such different, like, complete opposite viewpoints on scripture. And I never want to come off like an Absalom. I never want to come off like somebody that's trying to cut my father, because I honor my father. We just have different viewpoints, and I love my dad. And a lot of certain religious groups have talking against him, and that's going to be. I know for one thing that the Most High led him in His order. The Most High is a master orchestrator. So I grew up in a Pentecostal faith healing family where I've seen miraculous things. I've seen things that were in the church, and I just when I went to Hollywood, I just was like, okay. In church, I always felt something wasn't right. Something wasn't. This can't be it. Like, why every time we as a people, like, why it seemed like JC is only saving white folks. Like, why are our people so poor and everybody else? And I used to ask my father these questions. He'll say, there's a curse on them. And I always remember him saying there's a curse on these people because they're not following what God said to do. But I don't think he really knew what he was saying. I think he was saying just based off of they're not doing the righteous living, which is true, but there's a deeper meaning to that. So that always stuck to me. So I left Hollywood not out of rebellion, but out of knowing that it was something not right. I can't just be a youth pastor at this church. And my dad is a world-renowned pastor. Like, so anything I say is on the record, and it goes back to his cronies. And that's why I want to make sure I honor my father and my mother, because the Almighty put them in this code. So I want to say when I went to Hollywood, I was going more as an explorer because I was searching for something else, and I thought what I searched in Hollywood was what I was looking for too. So I went to Israel, the nationality, our people,
Right.
and I thought that I was gonna get love in Israel. I thought this was gonna be like, because now that I know we Israelites, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. Yeah.
Yep. And I've stated multiple times on this platform how I seen you were in a very interesting position, because here it is, you coming from movies and you coming into this truth, and you have the influence and the notoriety and the prestige. And a lot of the times religious folks in general are judgmental.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I said, man, Brandon, he really has authenticity, because there's not too many people who done what you've done and been put in that position. But I just want to commend you of how you handle that type of pressure, because you'll have the religious zealots, you'll have the brothers with the pharisaical mindset. Hey, brother, no, you where your fridges are, and trying to be collectors of souls, opposed to letting souls gravitate towards the Most High. And we looking at this thing more so like a nation, bloodline. Listen. Let me say this: brothers who Lil Wayne and all these other rappers and all of them, they're Israelites.
Yes.
They're Israelites. They're just not awakened Israelites. But the blood that's coursing through their veins is from the blood of their forefathers. And I think that this is the time that the world sees that we're looking at this thing as a nation, as a kingdom, as a bloodline, regardless what's on the exterior. Absolutely. I'll let you chime in on that, my brother.
No, I just want to say that I love my brothers. Like the Most High actually reprimanded me for certain things I spoke out, even though some of those things may be from my perspective, and you know the way I went about it was wrong. And I love my brothers in Israel, and I love y'all. Like we are a dysfunctional family, but exactly. I still love y'all. You know what I mean? It's like you know. There's a lot of people talking about, people want to be, I see a lot of these dudes calling themselves, King David and these different, people and stuff. And I'm like, who would want to be king of this nation? This is like the most toughest nation to ever want to deal with. Like, I'm literally like, I love Israel, but I'm just like, I love you. I love y'all. I really do. But it's like, at the same time, I'm like, I've lost everything dealing with Israel, and I won't let the Most High. I won't let myself be disobedient to the Most High and hit that rock, if you know what I mean. Let my temper, my anger, come against, the Most High's plan for my life, and I know that for Israel, I didn't choose to be, a person, a celebrity to, I said, let me, ask the Most High God build his kingdom, but I wasn't like, I thought it was going to be a Christian church. I didn't think it was going to be a lot of just people arguing over scriptures, and I just, it really broke my family up. And I've argued, I've done the debates and all that stuff. And I'm so out of that. It's so old. I'm exposing him and all that. That stuff is just corny. It's corny.
Absolutely. It is.
The Most High brought me to the love of one another is what he's been dealing with me on. And we got to love each other past our differences, because it's some people I just don't want to be around. Not like that. I may call me bougie or whatever. Like,
you got the right to be.
Israel, I just don't want to hang out with. The Most High didn't say hang out with everybody. He said love them. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. So it's like, it's been hard. I ain't gonna lie. I got the world looking at me like I'm crazy. I got Israel pointing the finger at me, and I got the Christian church telling me, come on back to us. Come on there. Come back to us, please. Mm-hmm. So only thing I can do is depend on the Almighty, because this is just, I've been on the run for like 7 years, and I have not been comfortable since I've accepted the fact that we are Israel. Mm-hmm. And only by the Almighty's mercy I'm doing this, because everybody is on some misunderstanding. I got a select few brothers that I deal with. Shout out to the Kingdom Council. Shout out to the Kingdom Magazine. Shout out to the United Nation of Israel. If it wasn't for them, I probably really, in encouragement, I probably would have went and just backslide altogether. The encouragement and friendship and love that they shown me. Shout out to Dawid Israel, Hebrew Care. Shout out to Deja, Shatea, everybody. I love you guys. The Kingdom Council's here. Elder Shemaiah, we here. And I think he was actually supposed to be on this call later on. So I'm here to
absolutely
bring him in.
And I want to say this, and it's refreshing to see you share your testimony and still be here before us and doing the great works that you're doing right now, which we're going to get into a little bit of what the type of philanthropy work that this brother is doing and the mind that this brother has. And let me tell y'all, everybody watching, I built with this brother for some time now, a couple weeks now, and this brother is like highly intelligent. Like I thought that Brandon was just an actor. No, this brother writes scripts. I'm talking about full blown writes movie scripts. I mean, the music and the comedy, and to be able to do all that and juggle all of what you're doing and still be doing the work for the nation is it's just highly commendable. And I also want to
It's
state
only
that
by the Almighty.
it's all by the Almighty. All
I don't even
praises.
I don't even look stressed. I don't know
Right.
I don't know why my hairline ain't back here right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, you gotta be careful with hair jokes. You know, alopecia.
No, bro, but bro, you look cool though, bro. You look cool.
It ain't on me. No, hey Brandon, I ain't gonna jump through the screen on you, but I'm telling you, you see what happened at the Oscars. You know what they? Oh man, comedians telling hair jokes. Ooh wee.
I know. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
Hey, a week before, matter of fact, 2 weeks before, on your stand-up, you had a joke similar to that about Bow Wow, because you was in defense of yourself and handling your business.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do want to ask you about that. I do want to ask you your take on the Oscars and what you, especially coming from a comedian, as a comedian.
This is a spiritual war. You know, everybody look at the surface. I look at, okay, what is Most High trying to tell us? And Denzel, he caught it. He caught the code and he put it out there. So he said, when you at your highest moment is when the devil gonna try to come in. And that's when the Almighty gonna allow the devil to test you, when you at your highest moment. It stuck with me. And the enemy wants to always use with our man to take us down is females that are not in line with him. You know, fully in line. I'm not talking about the righteous women, the proverbial women. I'm talking about women that's like, you know, they may have other intentions, you know, power. They got things for themselves. They don't know the Almighty, like, or they're not connected like that. And when you look at it, I just see it from a perspective of, it's like Ahab, you know, King Ahab. You know, it's like that spirit is out here to take us down because we're getting closer to the kingdom, and the enemy is trying to take men down through the Jezebel spirit. And that Jezebel spirit, it wants to create this is how the Jezebel spirit works. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father, for showing me this. It works like this. It's there to make you look crazy. It silent. Is a silent killer, the Jezebel spirit. Because it's there to make you look crazy. It's there to have you fall on your own sword. You know, I'm calling out these spirits, and they get mad when you do that. Because when you expose them, you know they come for force. So, you know, as men of Israel, stand with us. We need y'all right now. We need to stand behind our brother Will in a way where in prayer and love, not on some if he was wrong or right. Because the mercy gonna come in us gathering together and loving each other and really standing for each other as one power force and asking the Most High to guide our brothers in their fall. Will Smith just I think resigned from the Motion Picture Academy.
Really?
I think that just happened.
Wow, I'm just catching wind of that.
Me too. Hold on one second. That's Elder Shemaiah. Just call me. Let me look up this real quick. I don't mean to stop the interview.
No problem at all, my brother. But
Shalom. Can you? I'm gonna send you this link, and we're gonna put you in. Give us a couple minutes. Yeah, we're on StreamYard live right now, and I'm on the phone looking real Hollywood with a cell phone on this live right now, looking like yeah. So I want to get back to the interview, but this is so unprofessional, but it's ridiculous. So let me send you the link right now. Sorry. I'm laughing because I just can't help the bloopers of life. Most High made me a blooper, a blooper reel. So going back to that spirit, it's just like we got to stand with the men of Israel, and we got to stand with our we got to pray against this spirit because it's coming in all forms and it's subtle, and I'm watching it everywhere, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I took from that spirit wants to take men out and make them lose their blessing from the Almighty. Not saying the Oscar was a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that the family order of our people is a blessing. And so much money was made off of another brother smacking another brother. And I'm like,
that's true.
Our demise. It's like the enemy loves to make so much currency off of our demise. You know, so you got to be careful because, and I everybody around me, I'm careful. We got to be careful, even that, because I already see that spirit trying to come through certain people around me and different things, and I'm you know, we're gonna pray against it, and we're not gonna give it no power. And y'all pray my strength in the Most High, please, y'all. That's what we need, because I'm in the middle of the, you know, it's only by the Most High's will that I'm still out here doing this. I'm still talking about the Almighty, and I'm, you know,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And it's such a blessing, brother. And you've done some things which we'll get out to. I want to also ask you about. Let me ask you this: do you think, just to go back a little bit, do you think it's going to become unsafe for comedians nowadays? Like, far as them getting on stage and telling certain jokes, do you think that was part of the agenda as a comedian right here on April Fool's Day? Ironically enough, you know, I really want to hone in on that for just a moment, because what do you believe? I feel like, let me just say this. I feel like the Most High wants us to have a lighthearted spirit at this moment while we're growing. He wants us to have fun with this, because the Most High is creative, and he's creative, and it's full of colors, and what he's doing is so unique and interesting. He wants our hearts to be light, where the world seems to want to weigh us down. From your perspective, do you think there's an attack on comedians? Do you think there was an overall agenda with this?
That's deep. I didn't think of it like that. I just think that, you know, it could release that spirit.
Yeah.
You know, slapping. I look at everything like in symbolism, kind of, and I know not like that, but like, what is the Most High trying to show us? You know,
right? Yeah, because in a sense, you know,
Chris Rock. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it's interesting that they did it at that time. But you're right. Let me just iterate on some of what the brother just said as well about this Jezebel spirit. Listen, if the enemy can't get to you directly, he's going to try to get to those close to you.
Yep.
You know, and a lot of the times, it's the person that you may be laying right next to. And at this current moment, we need our sisters to really be strong, like remain strong right now, because the enemy's coming. He's coming full-fledged to knock men of power off their bases. He wants us to fall. Yeah, he wants us to slip. He wants us to fall. So, like, when we're correcting, it's not condemning. When any brother of truth is correcting, it's not condemning.
Yeah.
Correction is needed, because Satan is going to go after what the Bible calls the weaker vessel. He did the same thing in the garden. You understand? So we're really doing everything out of love. Everything is out of love. All right. And I just wanted to say that. And speaking of love, a lot of people are like, brother, what are you holding up right now? This right here is love right here that y'all looking at. Tangible. Love currency, love note. I want you to talk about this love note.
Oh, okay, we here already. Okay,
I don't want to jump too far in it. I mean, we got
it. No, let's do it.
But but you know, just talk a little bit about it. Yeah.
No, because I was laughing because you know, I got somebody bought me something today, or bought my children. I was at a store, and my card was working with the PIN number, whatever. the thing wasn't accepting the PIN number, and out of nowhere, it was like, and look what time we're talking about this. Over here is 5:55, which is that's a whole nother game right there. But I'm talking about when you're talking about grace and mercy and love, that the Most High is gonna have on us. Like, bro, people would just pay for my stuff, my children's food, because the machine wasn't working. And he was like, yo, and I didn't have a love note on me. So that was kind of interesting. Happened like 3 times this week where somebody was like, you know what? Let me get that for you, bro. And I'm like, interesting.
Right.
We build a nation, you know what I'm saying? And I think there's a lot of people want to build religions, and I don't think they understand what it means to build a nation. I think our people are needs to get out of the religious mindset and understand that Most High is bringing forth a nation of people. He's not bringing forth he said, gather, O nation, not desire. He didn't say gather, O religious group or organization or O camp or O there. He said, gather, O nation, not desire. So when you Google the United Nation of Israel, we come up. Our nation comes up. And that's what they're so scared of, is because if you look at the United Nation of Israel, that's what's prophesied, that God was going to unite the nations. So what else are we talking about? Exactly. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing else to talk about. So the currency of the Most High God's nation is his love. It's backed on the love and the credit of the Most High and his people. The American currency is backed on the good faith and the credit of the American people. This is backed on the love and the credit of the Almighty and his people.
Yes,
1 ounce of love. Most High gave me this. He gave me this code. On the back it says, so shall my word go forth, shall not return to me void, but it shall accomplish what it's purpose to do. His word can't be void. So if you say, I don't accept that, well, you don't accept the Most High's word or his love, right? Excuse me. And then it says, well, it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord of hosts, that I will break the yoke from off his neck, and I will burst thy bonds. Bonds are your Social Security numbers. And strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve the Lord their God and David their king, who I shall raise up in the midst of them. So in the future, or whenever that time is, the Most High is going to raise up, I guess, I don't, arguments of I don't go back and forth, but the scripture is going to raise up, David. Some people say regenerated. I don't got time for all that. I don't go to argument, but this is what it says. And he made a covenant with the seed of David. And the Most High said he's going to raise up David in this time. And that's what it says on here, when he breaks the yoke and bonds on their neck. I mean, on their Social Security. So in that time, look for that. And that will be the sign of us going into the new covenant. That's what this is, the sign of us really accepting the love and the credit of the Almighty's word as a people. He said he was going to do a new thing. And this is what it is. Our nation has to rise on our currency. And all it is right now is a coupon that you can get love. Wherever you accept love, this is where it's accepted. So the way it works is very simple. It's so simple. The more you give, the more you receive, right?
Exactly. Yep.
The more love we're going to give each other, the more we're going to receive the love of the Almighty. That was a new download right in front of you. He just showed me that. Wow, that's deep. Wow.
Right.
That's deep. Wow.
And exactly.
Wow. He just showed me that right on wow. The more Israel. Wow, you just saw me get a code right in front of you.
Exactly. Hey, and
the
look
more Israel show love with each other, and the Most High's love gonna pour out on us. And his mercy.
Absolutely.
That's real. And I'm sorry. I know I look like that's
how no, you're good. You're good, brother.
Something. And I get it. Wow.
And let me just talk a little bit about these love notes as well. Let me state this. When you brought up a very pivotal point when you just said that we're building a nation here. We're not building churches. We're not building congregations and camps. No, we're building a nation. What does the nation have? The nation have their own brand. They have their own identification, tangible things. And the way these love notes work is so interesting because it keeps you connected. I've been telling you, brothers and sisters, a while about the power circle.
Yes. So
What's
that was
happening?
Shemaiah. So I didn't mean
Right.
to cut you off because
Okay.
when you talk about nations, he's coming. He's trying to get in right now. So I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
He was
Go
texting
ahead
me.
and share the link to him, and when I see him in the queue, I'll let him on in.
Okay. Sorry
All
about
right.
that.
Oh, no problem, no problem. But this currency here is what's going to bring us this coupon here. Is what's going to bring us around full circle. See, the power circle that I've been speaking about for months now, it came together to fruition in a big way. We want to expand that power circle. And I'm going to state this. I'm going to say something that you'll never hear a YouTuber say. This is how much I know that this is important, and I know what this is going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, no more sending me cash apps. Do not send me cash. You will never, in the history of YouTube or content creation, hear somebody say, don't send me cash apps. Matter of fact, I have a link in my description box. It says newbreed.love. Any contribution that you would like to give, I want you to click that link, and whatever you would like to contribute to help do this work, you will get something in return. Something that will give you access to over 100 merchants. I will also have premier merchants on that website as well. And I know a lot of you brothers like, Newbury, you need to get a website. You need to get a website. Well, the website is here. Not only that, listen, instead of you just contributing and not getting nothing in return, now you're getting something. Once I have premier merchants, then that's plastered on the website. Guess what? Y'all will have discounts on those merchants. So it works. What it does is it strengthens the economy of our people. You know what's going on in the world. Y'all can see the demonic impositions that's coming against small businesses. You can see that they're trying to start the fourth economic revolution, a reset. But guess what? In the midst of all of this, the Most High God has a plan to keep those who thrive to be self-sufficient, those who thrive to actually make a way for them families, to make a way. So it's that time, brothers and sisters. Now we have to really show our support. And hey, let's be ready for what the Most High have. There's some new things coming. All right. I see Shemaiah in the building.
It's so cool too because like hey, Elder Shemaiah.
Hey, Shalom, how you doing?
This is Elder Samuel. You got Samuel and Dawid on the phone. Shemaiah and Dawid, we over here talking about the love notes.
Hallelujah, all praise.
All praises.
Two Detroit brothers over here from the most downtrodden city in the world. You know what I mean? The Most High has brought my brother Elder Shemaiah. He brought us together. It's like wow. It's like ancient times.
All praises. You know, that's how the Almighty works. You know, Detroit is not known for we known for being the murder capital. We known for the worst football team. Happen to have the lion on it. But you know what? The Almighty said he was going to raise the lion from the ashes. He was going to raise a nation. And so that's what he's doing. And so as we come forward, we're going to speak according to what thus saith Yah. We're going to give our words. We're going to speak according to the will of the Almighty. And it's all about nation building in this day. We have several things that we're doing right now. We got our national IDs. We got our flags. We got our tribal flags. We got the love notes. I'm pretty sure that, Dawid, you've been talking about that pretty much, right? So when we look at the United States, we're looking at their currency and we're looking at debt notes. And you think about it, everything that we do, everything that we oblige ourselves to is according to debt. But we sell our soul to it every day, whether we in the entertainment industry, whether we in business, no matter what it is, we sell ourselves to it. So now it's time for us to sell ourselves to love. The love notes is backed by love.
Exactly.
The Almighty's love.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's being built here is actually stimulating a nation that's downtrodden and forgotten. And this is what I need people to understand. We listen, the men of the Most High are the only ones that can do it at this point. And I say this kindly to my Gentile brothers and sisters as well. Listen, the reason why you see the calamity that you're seeing in the world is because God's people are at the bottom and they need to be rising at this point. So until the support is given by all nations, what I'll say this right now. You'll see this rapidly plummet, and you may get caught up in that whirlwind.
Mm-hmm.
The solutions are out there. And even everybody watching, if y'all could just take a moment, everybody thumb the video up. I want everybody sharing it because this information here is absolutely pertinent. And it's probably some questions that's going to be posed off break about the love note. So let me pose these questions before the general audience gets to ask them, and so we can leave no stone unturned. So could you break down how the love note works as far as what? Okay, how do I want to ask this? Okay, y'all give me a moment. All right, as far as the you know what? I'm gonna wait on that. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm on. Yeah, like because I'm trying to think of the questions that people would wrap their mind around. I had a little bit of some mental fog there. All praises to the Most High. We still in it.
Let's talk about the spiritual engineering of it first.
Right. Like, that's kind of what I wanted to get into. Exactly.
Before there was anything in this realm, anything, gold, anything. Everybody say, was backed on gold. Mm-hmm. The Most High's love was the first currency of all energy ever.
Right.
Before he said, "Let there be light," before he said everything, he had his energy birthed this place. But because of our disobedience, because if love has to have a choice, so he put in the garden, he gave us the choice because you just can't have robots. So the Most High's true love, he created in a story of Israel, this non-worthy nation that God, the Most High's love, found to be worthy. They were disobedient. We were. Everything he said to us to do, we didn't do. Pretty much. We still. Don't get me started, because I love y'all. but the mercy and the grace that the Almighty has on His people shows His trueness of His love, and that's what is back on when it comes down to the understanding of the Almighty's pure love. His pure love for His people, His pure love for the United Nation of Israel, saying He's going to do it, and His word, which shows His love. So that's the spiritual aspect of it. Elder Shemaiah, you want to say something before I get to the functionality?
Yes, so when we gotta kind of set a tone, and Dawid, I just want to show, we got here go the love notes right here. So yes, what we gotta do is we have to change the paradigm. And to kind of set the stage for that, we have to talk about what we've been under for some years. We've been under the United States currency. We've been under what has been given to us as a means to satisfy our day of life, whether it's our homes, our cars, our food, all of those things. And when you look on the US dollar, what does it say? In God we trust. What God is it though? So when you look at that I like to call it an acronym, GOD. government, ordinances, and departments. So when you think about that, the government regulates how we utilize the dollar. How does it regulate the dollar? By ordinances, which is laws. Who implements the laws throughout the government? Departments. You got the Department of Treasury, the Department of Commerce, the Department of Interior. You got every kind of department.
Don't give them too much, Elder. They got to come to the club. They got to come to the courses.
Right. So
they're gonna have to learn through the courses.
Right. You know what? You know what? You're absolutely right. But that's enough to set the tone. Mm-hmm. But what has that dollar given us? But it's like you hanging a carrot on a string, and we're on a hamster wheel trying to chase that carrot. And what we do is we dedicate ourselves to it. We sell ourselves to it. We sell our souls to it. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, whether you're in a professional industry, whether you're in an entertainment industry, educational industry. What do? We are always chasing the almighty dollar.
Yeah.
But what has it gotten us but the continual perpetuation of chasing? We've been looking for love in all the wrong places, haven't found it, right? And as we're looking for that same love, we have been expecting different results by doing the same thing. It's insanity. If we continue to do the same thing, expecting different results, what does that mean? What have we learned? You know, where have we found ourselves in this quagmire that we call citizenship within the United States, as we dedicate ourselves to the servitude of the almighty dollar? You know, we just witnessed one of the biggest. I'm just gonna say it, y'all. I don't know how much y'all talked about, but I already know y'all probably mentioned it. We witnessed one of the biggest travesties amongst our people, and that's another brother demasculating another brother on stage. He gonna pimp slap his brother and walk away with his back turned. And you got our people divided on that issue. Some praising Will Smith, some supporting Chris Rock, some in between. But in the end, what do we look like as a people?
Divided.
Exactly.
Divided. And check this out. Just to show you how the almighty dollar don't care what happened. What happened to Chris Rock ticket sales?
Yep. Skyrocketed. Yep. Sure did.
But who benefit? Because when his ticket sales skyrocket, guess what happened? The more taxes you and I pay.
Exactly.
Wow. I didn't even look at it like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Anytime it's a destruction of our image,
that's crazy.
They're making more.
Exactly.
They get paid for the destruction of our image. And this is why we got Brother Brandon and Elder on, because we need a re-imaging. There has to be a change where brothers who have the leadership capabilities and the position to actually make these changes a possibility. And you know, when we look on the televisions, like I tell my audience all the time, listen, you can turn on the show Power, and you seeing a melanated man, an Israelite man. You can see him being, you know, going on that side or whatever, and then you know, the other man, a Caucasian man, running through our women. You know, like it. Or you can see drug dealers. It's like 5 different characters that they like to put on television. You know, it's a handful of them, but it's more than likely the drug dealer, somebody who's lazy, somebody who is just distasteful. You know, it's just a handful of them. I don't need to list them all. Y'all see what we're seeing. So also with the love currency, the love notes, it goes into our brand. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's way more beautiful than that US dollar. And I don't know if y'all ever smelt dollars before. Like just take a whiff of them. You can almost smell the rigor mortis on them. So this a lot more classy. This is class personified. This represents royalty. And I think,
real quick.
Yes, sir.
I just can't get this out of my head. And most high, while Elder Shemaiah and y'all keep talking, he's showing me a code right now while we on the phone. Right now, I'm getting a download. Check out your Cash App thing. Your check. Look at the dollar bill sign on that Cash App.
Right.
Don't that look like a serpent to you?
Absolutely.
It is a serpent.
It's a serpent.
You know what? You know what?
I never even seen that till now. The Most High just showed me that the dollar sign is a serpent.
You know what? The crazy thing about that whole dollar sign that you brought up, I'm not going to get too deep in that, but you will see the dollar sign with one line through it, and you will see it with two lines through it.
Why is that?
Everybody, has anybody asked the question why that is?
Nah, hit us with it. You gonna hit us with that code, or they gotta come to class?
Oh yeah, they gotta come to class, but I just want to let them know, you know, we can't give everything all at one time, but I will say this is that one is about corporate jurisdiction, and when I say that, when I say the word person to you on the air right now, what does that mean to you when I say person? Are we talking about flesh and blood people, or what are we talking about? Just think, just be simple. What's your first thing to come to mind when I say person?
Person, something.
Yeah.
I don't know. The first thing come to mind. Person, personal will be the word that will come to mind. You know, personify. I always go to extensions of words. Right? When you say a word to me, I think of the extension of the word. Like I go into the word, personify, persona. You know, that's kind of how my mind is wired.
That's good. That's good. So when I say person, when you say personified, are you thinking about the concept or mentality of I'm going to just use this. I'm big on terms, but I'm going to just clarify. When I say human being, I'm talking about flesh and blood man. When you saying that, that's what you're talking about, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, when the terminology person is used in government, it's not talking about flesh and blood. It's talking about corporation. For example, when they say that somebody has betrayed the public trust, automatically we go to us as being on this phone, being flesh and blood men. But that's not what the government is talking about. It's talking about corporate entities. Corporate entities are persons. Unbeknownst to us, the corporation is more valuable than you and I. That brings me into another terminology called the petrodollar.
Oh, Elder, I'm telling you. You're giving them gems, Elder, they're gonna have to go to UNY, come get some love notes and come to the chorus.
Hey, you're right. You know what?
I'm not trying to, and forgive me, Father, if I don't want to silence your servants, and I'm not even y'all, but I just feel like, you know, I don't know. I just feel like that they really, like, you have your documentary coming, you know, it's just Elder Shemaiah's teachings. Like, I don't even want to say this, but I'm gonna say it. Last time I said this, everybody got mad at me, but I'm gonna say it in a different way. From my understanding, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this the right way, because you know how Israel is. You know, and everybody, I say it the right way. A lot of people think they're prophets out here, right? And a lot of people think prophets are just seers of, you know, you're gonna get it. I see the Most High. We have seers, which the Spirit moves on. Then we have prophets that declare the realm. Two different things. Not having a vision, and you have declarers of the realm. And you know, being around United Nation of Israel and the elders, I mean, even when some of the brothers was you know, out in the streets and they was doing the work, some of our elders was there to declare the realm in mercy and love, and the Most High chose them to be on a Fox platform. And I say that because the Almighty wants, like you said, Israel to be branded in His love, not in our hate. And I feel like it's been a lot of negativity and you know, stuff. So I want to say that being around Elder Samuel, Elder Shemaiah, that's what Samuel means Shemaiah. I mean, Shemaiah means Samuel. If you don't know the ancient paleo, being around Elder Shemaiah, I'm really seeing what it means to actually be and see someone that actually declares the realm versus someone that has visions. So I just, you know, if the Spirit is moving you, Elder, to do it, I'm not going to stop that. I'm just saying that I do believe that brothers and sisters should be able to hear your teachings from the United Nation of Israel, and understanding the difference between a nation and a difference between a religion.
Absolutely.
And I think that, you know, if you want, I mean, if the Spirit, because I think we want to build on this, if we can have a series, even new breed.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of information. It is. It's definitely a lot of info. And y'all know my platform is y'all's platform. When y'all want to come on anytime too, and we can really break this down, and we can really break it down, the functionality in its totality. So
he prophesied this video.
Oh, you did?
Remember? No, you did.
Oh, right. Yeah, listen.
Remember you said, I seen you, me and you on the video. We're gonna do a video together. And I saw us talking on the videos together. And I was like, what are you talking about? Now we on the videos together talking.
That's how the Almighty work. Because when He give His words of prophecy, it's not about the one who speak it, it's about the one who declare it. The Almighty declares everything, and He may use the lips of His servants today to do it. The Almighty's arms is not slack. If He spoke to Israel yesterday, He gonna speak to us today. The problem is that Israel religiousizes the word of the Almighty so much that they put His word in the clouds, and they can't see it related in their lives. So as we speak today, we telling Israel today, the Almighty speaking, the Almighty declaring, it's time to come home, O Israel. It's time to come to your nation. As we on here, all three of us, Israel, you're gonna see us. You're going to see us talking to you. You're going to see the Almighty working. It's time to get involved. It's time to declare your heritage. It's time to put aside all the things that you've been chasing. You haven't received anything from it yet, and don't expect to get anything from it moving forward. So with that being said, yes, I agree with you, Dawid. We do have a platform where we'll speak and we'll go to in depth and detail in different things, but we want to make sure that our audience today understands that we coming forward as a nation, all three of us. We joint, we family. This is not a camp, club, religious organization, group, Knesset. It's none of that. It's a nation. We family. We speaking as the Almighty give us utterance, and we moving forward as a nation. And so, you know, I don't know if you mentioned Dawid. I'm gonna be in LA with Dawid next weekend, me and my wife, me and my Isha, next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we're gonna be talking. We've been invited to a rally that's happening in LA about the injustices against our people. But the question is, who is our people? Are we African American? What is that terminology? Where did it come from? Are we black? Are we Negro? Where did that come from? Who are we? Are we from Mississippi? Are we from Alabama? Where are we from? Are we from Africa? Where are we from? Who are we? You got to ask that question, O Israel. You got to ask it every day. And if you ask it in sincerity, the Almighty will provide the answer. The Almighty's hands is not slack. It's not like you reading we read the Bible when we read it from a religious standpoint, the only thing we get is religion. We don't get the facts that the Almighty is revealing to us about who we are today. When we read it from a religious standpoint, we miss the whole perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's about government. It's about a nation. It's about our heritage. There are 4 things that make a government. I can give you this. Because if you go to our website, www.yahwillgather.us, I'm going to repeat that,
Mm-hmm.
www.yahwillgather.us, you will see there are 4 aspects that make a nation. You got to have land, you got to have laws, you got to have a people group, and you got to have an ethnic identity. So the people group is your culture. The ethnic identity is your heritage. We have never been taught in no perspective from the university to grade school what our heritage has been. We have been taught that we slave. We were slaves. We came, our ancestors came off the plantation. They came from Africa, and it stops right there. We haven't discussed about where we came from before that. We haven't even discussed about who brought the ships over to the borders of Africa to sell us to the Americas.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that in another conversation.
Bro, they are lighting the nation side up. I love you guys. We got IDs. That's why I want to tell you. We got your courses coming. We got your Trail of the Serpent. I want to just, because it's funny because they need to hear this, like you're saying, but we could do a whole series, and like you dropping jewels right now, and it's a blessing. And I was just gonna say to you, Elder, I encourage them to go to the site. You want to talk about the nation IDs, Elder?
Absolutely. So many times we have, as we've been living in our diaspora throughout the earth, whether we in America, whether we in the UK, in Jamaica, or Haiti, we have borne the identification of our slave masters
Mm-hmm.
in every aspect. If you pick up your ID and you look at it in the United States, you got Jackson, Smith, Rogers, Clark, all of those last names, which are European last names. How did so-called descendants from Africa get European last names? Has anybody ever thought about that? So the United Nations of Israel, by the will of the Almighty, we have established our own identification. You can go to the UNY and you can come and get your identification and declare your nation. Let's stop perpetuating our own servitude. We always talk about other people, how they can put 2 pennies together, 2 dimes together, and they can help each other. Why can't we do the same thing? But the first premises should be that we first put the Most Almighty first, and we move forward as a nation, and we love each other. So when you get your ID, you are declaring that you Israel. You are dedicating yourself to your heritage, to your land, to your nationality, and to your culture. And as you see behind me, it's the flag. It's the national flag. Now, we made some enhancements to the flag, and that's forthcoming, but we have our own flag. We don't have to embrace no other image but the image of our own nation. We're not telling you that you got to walk away from your own religion. The Almighty is going to do that himself, whatever that is. But we're telling you, as a nation of people, let's come together. Let's devote ourselves to who we are. Let's understand our heritage and our culture. So we ask all Israel on this platform, come to www.yahwillgather.us and register with your nation and get your national ID. And I do want to mention, if I can, we are having a flag raising of all the 12 tribes of Israel in North Carolina coming this September 18th. It's on a piece of land, 100 acres, that was donated to into our trust as a nation, that we will raise our embassy, and you will see all our flags, all our tribal flags, our national flags, and those flags will be on sale. So we want to encourage all Israel. Let's come together. Let's support our nation. Let's stop supporting everything else that's against us. When we go buy Nike gym shoes, who are we supporting? Are we supporting our people?
Exactly.
When we go buy Versace, when we go buy Gucci, heck, even Reebok, who are we supporting?
And that's why, real quick, I came. Everybody asking me why did I do the shoes and the clothes. We're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about that later. Why that happened though. We're supporting other people. Elder, you're so on right now. I'm just laughing because the Most High is hilarious, and we're gonna talk about what I mean by he does not. If it's not his word, and it's not in his order the right way and the way he said to do it, stuff just won't work out. And I learned that in certain ways. So when you say these clothes and stuff, we have our own clothing line. We have sisters and brothers in there in the nation that we make our own stuff too. But I wanted you to keep talking. But I was laughing because that's what the Most High showed me too, Elder. And that's like that's why I was doing a kingdom clothing and kingdom heirs, which are right there. And it ain't over yet, but the Most High loves. It has to be in order, like you said, Elder.
Right. Right. And that's why we gotta have, and so all our people know that my brother Dawid, we brought forth a clothing line. So we looking for all of our people that are dedicated to making clothes, designers. We already got the template made. Come forward, support your nation, get involved. Let's establish ourselves together jointly. Let's stop putting our funds together to support everybody else, and let's support each other. Let's support our brother's new breed platform.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
we got a new breed of love.
Let me say this as well for everybody who has questions, because I see a lot of people asking certain questions. We'll reserve that until the end of the broadcast, and then certain questions y'all got, I'll read them as we go, all right? Because I'm seeing certain questions being asked, and y'all got to keep in mind that we're moderating here, and you can get your questions answered. Just make sure that everybody's sharing the video as well and liking the video. There's some real pertinent information going out. This is not religious talk. This is proactive solution. This is moving. This is moving the nation forward. I know y'all see the highlight of the title. It says, come on to speak about nation building. I know some people get scared about that because it sounds like a lot of work, right? Sound like building something. Yeah, but at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't start building and building together, hey, the time is drawing nigh. I seen some individuals asking about a global reset. I want you to look at the timing of everything. Here it is. We on the cuff of this global reset. And what happens, the Most High God gives an idea. It starts off an idea. Mm-hmm. And then it becomes, and then it's then manifested. It's reality. It's there. It's grabbable. It's reachable. It's obtainable. But how many people are going to come forth and show some love? That's what it all boils down to.
This is back on this word. Every nation is going to bow to the Almighty, and the Most High God is going to allow His love and His word to back everything.
We want this in everybody's hands.
Yep. Exactly. Love
no all day. Exactly. Because it's so important. I mean, I know they got a lot of questions out there, and we'll answer them because it's important. Because we had a lot of people come forward in previous time to not really service the nation as it should. We're not, again, I think Dawid and I think my brother New Breed said, we're not coming to you as a religion. We're coming to you as a nation. When you come as a nation, think about the United States. Think about how it's comprised. Although we've been here, we weren't brought here by our own will, but we here nonetheless. And we here to learn a lesson. But the question is, are we learning a lesson, or are we continuing to perpetuate servitude?
Exactly.
You know, I live in Detroit, Michigan. I can go, there's a suburb here called Dearborn. It's the biggest Arab population outside the Middle East throughout the world. Those people, they go to each other to get their own loans. They don't go to a bank.
Yep.
They get their own loans to go get their homes and their businesses. We got entertainers. We got sports icons. We got doctors. We got lawyers. But we cannot put two pennies together, but we can get on social media and talk about each other all day long. But we can't put two pennies together. Something wrong with that picture. We got to change that. Instead of talking, we got to be about our own business. Today, we are in this paradigm shift where the Almighty is really awakening our people. Some need guidance. Some need more than others. But nonetheless, we are being awakened. So now let's come together as a nation and let's support each other. Why are we continuing to perpetuate everything else?
Same thing over and over.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got all this money, all this influence, but we gonna get on stage and smack each other.
It's ridiculous.
I can't get, and then the sad part is the commentary after it. We supporting the downgrade of somebody else because we feel like, they supporting. If you're gonna support, I'm all for supporting your wife, or 100%. But what you do, I'm an engineer. Dawid knows it. You reach when you have an opposing force. You meet it with the same force that you oppose with. Now the question is, did Will Smith meet that opposing energy with the same force? Exactly. No, because it was words that was given. And he turned around and went up there and smacked somebody. But we gloating in it because we like to see controversy. Exactly. What we talking about is coming together. And I hate to keep on talking about that because but it's what's in the forefront. In order to grab Israel's attention, sometimes we got to talk about what's in the forefront. But we got to go beyond that, understand what's happening, because I don't know. Some people say, hey, the whole thing was staged. I don't know. Right. It could be real, it could be staged, but nonetheless, we gotta stop. Right, we gotta stop following everything that we've been given.
Exactly, and the results are very real. It's the defamation. Right. It's the defamation of our character. Right. And I want to talk a little bit about how, because Brandon, he was actually speaking in regards earlier when we talked about the philanthropy work that the love notes are going to promote. I want people to know when they send their love out and they get these, I want them to know, what is it doing? What is it doing on the outside, even of them having access to small businesses, merchants, being able to get discounts. But what else is it doing as far as philanthropy work? I want you brothers to let the people know how this works.
Okay, it's 1 ounce of love. It's the most I say. All it takes is 1 ounce of love to do anything. You can give away your whole house, everything. If you love somebody, I was talking to somebody. If sorry about that, my camera. If somebody said they was on the deathbed, and you had all the money in the world, and they say, look, you empty out your whole account and you're gonna live, right? If they love their life, they would empty out their whole account just to live, or a loved one. They said, look, you're gonna have to empty out your whole account You know, some people won't do it because some people just, you know, greedy. But if you knew that something you love was going to be what's the word I'm looking for, taken away from you, you will give everything you can to fight for that. And it only takes 1 ounce of love. So 1 ounce of love is worth whatever you say it is based off your heart. So 1 ounce of love could be $1 billion.
Right.
1 ounce of the Almighty's love could be the whole world for Israel.
Right.
1 ounce of love. So how it works in utility is that our merchants, they choose whatever they're gonna give out or give, far as on when it comes down to.
I wanted you to get on the food as well, because we're in the midst of these food shortages, and it was something we spoke of earlier about. I'll give you the floor on that. I'll let you speak.
Oh no, okay. We just partnered, and we still doing the partnership with a company called Food Saving Lives, and they give out food for free, because it's they have a way where they say it's a food shortage, but you know, we're gonna figure out how that works, because a lot of food is thrown away, a lot of stuff is wasted. So instead of wasting the food, let's cook it. Let's reproduce it, and let's give it to the poor, so they're able to get in the future. Once this love note is, once we get our partnership together, you'll be able to go on any Food Saving Lives and pay it forward. And also, if our people have a love note, they'll be able to eat with that. Now, here's how it works up front. We're in stage 1 right now. Right now, we want to give as many love notes as possible out. So we want you to have your digital. When you get the email, we'll have your phone number and your all your email to make sure you get the robocall with the love note and the discounts and everything you have. But we also want to give you a hard copy that will be sent to your house. Now, people have already been like, yo, I got my love notes. You know, they're excited. People excited. I'm just giving them out. Now, if you support my brother New Breed, you can go and get a love note from New Breed. You can go get my brother. He's like, support. He said no more Cash App. Go get a love note. If you want to support him, you can get as many love notes and put them in circulation. These love notes that goes in circulation, you have your coupon, and you're able to go to any of the merchants that accept love and go on our app, and you'll see that's coming soon. And you'll see all the merchants that accept love, and you'll be able to go and redeem whatever that merchant's heart says it is. So some merchants, you get 50% off with an ounce of love. You get It's like an infinite coupon. It never ends. And it's like love. Love never ends, you know. So the Almighty love will never end. It's infinite.
And let me say this as well. This is no 501c3. This is hard work and organization. This is mobilization. This ain't no help from nobody. This is straight up organic. And I want everybody to know that, because you gotta let people know that this ain't no tax write-off stuff that's funded by those people. No. Anytime the Most High is doing something, it has to be grassroots. Right. And I want to let the people know that who are watching. It's just up to us to broaden this circle. And for a while now, I've had what you call the power circle over here, and we got a few members of the power circle. Only thing that's happening now is that circle is getting bigger. That's it. We're expanding this power circle because everybody who get one of these, they're a part of that circle, and that blessing going around. See, the dollar bills that we have in our pockets, that's built on hate. It's built on bloodshed. Everybody have to have something tangible that's built on love, that's identical from that's given from the Most High and identical to our image, coming from our text. Listen, this thing has scriptures written on it. Y'all need to go to newbreed.love. You ain't even got to hit www. It's set up to the point. All you got to do is go in your search box and hit newbreed.love. The same.
And receive your love note. And you get your ID, you get your flags, and you get your currency. And now look, he said, can a nation be born today? It's time, y'all. Y'all think the Most High gonna let all these demons just keep running? He not sending nobody?
You know, Hey, you know what? Like you say all the time, Dawid, it's not. I think a lot of times Israel, when they think about uh what we talking about, oh, they talking about this religious stuff. No, we're not talking about that. We talking about your nation. It's listen. They like it. It's not cool. It's not cool to be. We're not talking about religion. We talking about a nation. So when New Breed mentioned about the dollar and the love note, the dollar itself is a debt note. It's a debt note. It's fiat currency. I'm not gonna go into detail on that on here because we got classes about that.
Exactly.
But it is a fiat currency. If you do your research, you heard me say fiat, go look up what fiat means. And you will see. And I want you to join our classes. But we talking about building a nation. We talking about establishing an economy. We have a list of several businesses of our people. And we're looking at also establishing a clean and lawful format to where we stamp our products with our nation seal. That it's approved by our nation. Everything is about Israel. Everything is about the kingdom. It's not about anything else. We're not trying to destroy anybody else, but we are about what thus saith the Almighty and the rise of the nation of Israel. Right here in my hand, I don't know if you can see it, if I got it right. It's let me see if I can get it right. It's a commemorative coin of the 400 years captivity that happened starting in 1619 in Jamestown, Virginia, when we were first auctioned off as slaves. We were slaves before that, but we were first auctioned off in the United States in 1619. In 2019, we went to Washington, D.C., we humbled ourselves, and we declared our nation as well in humility. So we have that. Dawid mentioned about declaring our nation. That has been done, family. We have documentation and proof to show that the nation has been declared. So the love notes are backed by the will of the Almighty. It's our currency. I encourage everybody to come on and get on board and join the movement of the nation. We can't stress it enough. And New Breed and whoever else out there who got a platform, let's get on board.
Exactly.
Let's do it. It's up to us. I commend these brothers. Dawid, he's been in the industry and he's dedicated himself to the Almighty. And I mention this all the time. And what we have to understand is this: as we move forward as a nation, when you think about if you got a piece of property and you got a home on that property, and let's say that home.
Hold on one moment, Elder. Let me answer this brother's question. He said, "What's the nation?" We're the children of Israel. Okay. In case you wondering what. Yeah, when you keep saying what's the nationality, what's the nation? I don't know if we said it straight up. We are the children of Israel that the Bible speaks of.
This is the United Nation. I'm gonna say like Chris Tucker. This is the United Nation of Israel. The Most High is the president. He's the king.
Exactly.
And every other nation.
We had to clear that up.
And this is our flag right here behind me.
Yes.
That's our flag.
I mean, it's like, but it's so funny when you get. Is he trolling? But I love it if he is. It's beautiful.
Yeah, but sometimes people may not know. Just joining. There's a lot of new people coming over. When they hear us say building a nation, we are the biblical Israelites, and we've been oppressed for quite some time now, and now we're waking back up. So in case you didn't know, it'll be a prophecy. We'll wake back up and begin to elevate, mobilize, and break free from the generational curses that have been passed down.
But this is how you know we the children of Israel too. Anytime we talk about coming together, every other nation get like, why for what? What are you doing? It's like why do y'all get mad if a family want to come back together if it don't mean nothing? That's what made me knew it was real, because every time you say you Israel, they're like, oh my God, they just malfunction. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, no, if I want to call myself a elephant these days, you can declare everything but Israel.
Exactly.
Ain't that crazy? That's how you know it's real. You can
That's
declare
real.
everything but the Almighty and His bloodline, and
It's
that's
right.
how you know it's real. It's real. Yisrael. It is real. He's real.
Right.
Most
As
High.
long as we acting foolish, they don't care.
I don't care.
You know what I'm saying? But when we realize who we are, we come in peace. We talking about thus saith the Almighty. We're not trying to take down nobody else. That's not on our table to do. What's on our table to do is to gather ourselves together
And
and that's
love each other. That's it.
and love each other. That's it.
exactly.
You know.
They just can't stand it. That's how you know it's a scam. We
Mhm.
calling out all the scams from other nations. You know it's a scam when every time we want to come together and love each other, everybody want to just be like, okay. They want to just be like, nah, y'all can't do that. Okay.
Right. It's crazy, you know. Yeah, I mean, and we've been met with several oppositions with that, you know. But if we continue to endure, the more our people come together, the more we have these platforms, the more our people get comfortable, the more we discuss. We don't have a problem with explaining everything. We encourage you, embrace your nation. Get on my brother's New Breed's platform. Get on the Kingdom Over Everything. Go to www.yahwehgather.us and let us build. We all one. We all one. You know, it's a like I mentioned earlier. We're gonna have this conference in what's that on the 9th, Dawid? The 9th and 10th?
Yep.
Okay. So we encourage our people because it doesn't matter what religion you part of, we all suffering the same thing. If you go to any black city, urban city that's predominantly has our people in it, it's in the same shape. You go there, the liquor stores, the grocery stores, and the gas stations is owned by foreigners. We go there, they take the money and take it to their community. We go and shop in the suburbs and nothing is in our community.
Mm-hmm.
When we gonna stop? We got all these black leaders, all and politicians, but when has that stopped?
Yep.
The question is, if we continue to chase the same paradigm, when will it ever stop?
Exactly.
So we have to change the narrative. That's why we on this platform today. Come to your nation. Come home, Israel. So,
Exactly.
matter of fact, if I can, it's funny that we on here. I don't know if I can get to it. I probably can't get to it, but the Almighty gave me some words to speak. Huh?
And
You show me the nation ID. I was looking for mine.
Oh, I got one.
Mine's at home.
I got one right here.
There you go. But there you go. Yep.
This is right here.
look at that.
Nationality, United Nation of Israel.
Well,
Got
look
the
at
flag. Got the flag on it and everything.
And you got to show them the currency. We got a flag, a currency. We declaring who we are.
We got a
exactly.
currency.
Who's gender want to declare that we declaring this? You know what I'm saying? You can declare anything, and everybody okay with it until you Israel.
Exactly. And speaking of that, Brandon, because you know, and I know that a lot of the people want to know about this because you know, with the even, and I hate to backtrack and I hate that this is disorganized, but the spirit moving, and I want to get to this because the people got to know you said something key. You could be anybody you want to be. But then when you claim Israel, you see nothing but backlash. I seen it with Nick Cannon. When Nick Cannon stated what he had, when he stated about our nationality, he had to apologize and acquiesce and backtrack and guabble and all these things. And shout out to the brother. No disrespect to him because it took a lot of courage to even say what he said and the position he in. But you, brother, you dealt with it. And I want you to really speak a little bit about that coming out of the industry. because
Oh no, it's just
I can only imagine.
no, it's just we fight every day against anti-Semitism in the United Nations of Israel. A lot of so much anti-Semitic things that goes on against our people, and that's our goal, is to keep it the anti-Semitism at an all-time low, because every time we speak on who we are as being the bloodline of Shem, we it's like a whipping of the anti, it's anti-Semitic behavior from other platforms, and it doesn't make any sense, because all we want to do is gather as sons of Shem and love our God. But somehow there's always a problem when you want to say you Israel. So us being who we are, we fight against anti-Semitism every day. The anti-Semitic things that happened with Whoopi Goldberg was with that, they suspended her. That was anti-Semitic. Anti-Semitic behavior that happened against Nick Cannon, with him declaring who he is. So we just fight against anti-Semitism in the United Nation of Israel every day, and we do our best to let you guys understand that we are for the Shemitic people, and we are for the Shemites of the Almighty in the United Nation of Israel. And be happy that you have your flag, you have your currency, and you have everything. And it's beautiful, because thus says the Most High, this was going to happen. And it's time to celebrate. I feel like we should be celebrating, because this is a beautiful time. He said, didn't I say a nation will be born in a day? He said, you didn't think I would do it? You didn't think I would deliver? Come on, man. I'm excited about this. So when you see Nick Cannon, I love my brother. And I love that the fact that the Almighty is allowing other brothers who are in the nation that's still learning and growing to, when you hate your brother, you anti-Semitic. You understand? When Bow Wow said those things about me, it was some anti-Semitism, but I forgive him, and the Most High got glory through that.
Right.
Because I wouldn't have met you like this, New Breed, if I didn't do the joke over there, and you did. We connected through my brother's Bow Wow's anti-Semitism against himself. So, and I love him, and I ain't mad at him. I'm just telling you that at this point in the game, bro, we fight against anti-Semitism within our people and within other nations. So get your flag. If you're proud of who you are, get your love notes, get your IDs, and show them what the children of Israel is about to do, and we're about to light up the world.
Absolutely. That we got a class on, and we're not gonna speak about it today, but the difference between Shemitism and Semitism. So we go into that in a whole nother platform. So we encourage y'all to go to www.yahwehgather.us. Go to Kingdom Over Everything magazine. We got YouTube news commentary that we talk about those things. So, and we give you a plethora of information and knowledge to back up everything we're saying. But we are about the Shemitic people. And those that have came across the transatlantic slave trade, for all the listeners, you are Shemitic. And every time a brother or sister is victimized, that is anti-Shemitism. Let that be a buzzword throughout the whole earth. Matter of fact, even though, and I keep on saying it, even though Will Smith smacked Chris Rock and his two brothers against another, it's anti-Shemitism, because sometimes we can be anti-Shemitic against each other. And so we gotta stop that. So let us come together, perfect words. And I appreciate the platform. Let's continue to build.
Oh,
thank you, Elder Shemaiah. And you feel free, Elder New Breed, to have Elder Shemaiah. If I'm not on, he'll, the chairman of the United Nation of Israel. I know him as Brandon T. Jackson. I'm servant. Dawid the servant, just be chilling. That's what's on my IG. This Elder Shemaiah, which means Samuel. We here rocking it out. Two Detroit brothers that didn't even know each other. The Most High brought us together. So we knew it was the Most High, because we've been in the same city Didn't even know it was just wow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We just met each other like about a couple years ago.
Right.
So, you know, it's beautiful. So if you have any questions, New Breed, we here. Let's rock them out if you want to, or we just
absolutely. We can spend these last. Yeah, we can spend these last. I say, if you got the time, last 15, 20 minutes or so, just acknowledging the chat and any questions they may have. And ladies and gentlemen in the chat, please keep the questions in the parameters of the discussion. All right. Yes, we did speak about the Oscars. So if you want to ask Brandon his opinion on that, you can do so. Ask his opinion on the love notes, the love currency, anything he has going on. You can ask him that. If you want to know anything in regards to the functionality, before you go over there to newbreed.love, just ask that as well. You can ask me that. But feel free to fire away questions. I know I have questions about
on TV while you talking right now. Look, you see that? Well, okay. Oh, they just showed. He just resigned. Hey, he resigned, Elder.
I saw that. I saw that come across my screen that he resigned. What does that mean, though?
I never heard of that. So I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, what does that mean?
From the Academy. I think they said, so does he got to get an Oscar back?
I don't know. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
I don't even know. I never heard of that. Resigning from the Academy. I mean, I guess, well, I know the Academy is like it's like a group of people that can, like a society that's able to vote on Oscars. I was never that famous, so and I really don't care about any like a statute awards. So I don't even know what goes on in the Academy vibe. I know you have to be a member of the Academy to vote. So now he's no longer a member of the Academy. So I'm guessing they might take his Oscar away. I think they asked him to resign. So this is new. So
wow.
Well, Israel going up though.
Oh yeah. It's all happening for a reason. It's all happening for a reason.
Right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all can ask away. Brandon, I did want to ask you. I gotta ask you this because I'm from the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and we big fans of Martin Lawrence. Just tell us how it was like just working with Martin.
You want the Israelite answer or do you want the Hollywood answer?
You know what? You can give us both.
I love my brother.
You can give us both. And the reason I'm asking you this, because I know a lot of people from the DMV that's watching and they just
I mean, I love Martin. That's my brother.
Yeah, let's get the Hollywood answer. We want the Hollywood answer. Let's do it that way.
It was great, bro. No, it was nothing. He cool. It's just like, how do I explain it? You just like, well, I guess it could be two things. When you hurt so much in life, you can have a shell, or is it? I don't know, man. I can't explain it because I don't know, man. It's like it's just he's a good brother, and it's just I don't know if he's mentally there's nothing wrong with him at all. It's just how to explain. It's like he's very standoffish and very quiet. I don't know if he was on medicine or if it was, they try to do this with our brothers because I know he's a real one. So they try to get our brothers on his medicines and stuff. So if it kind of felt, it kind of felt like he was under a spell.
Right.
It's the best way I can say it, like from a spiritual perspective. But he was a very nice brother.
Right.
But the Israelite answer, very nice brother. I mean, Hollywood answer, no, he was very nice. That's true. But the Israelite true answer, y'all want to know the truth. He felt like he was under a spell, or I don't know if it was medication or something. He just didn't feel like the Martin that I knew, but it may be some actual mental health is a real thing. And we not calling any of our brothers crazy.
Right.
We're saying that mental health is a real thing. And I'm not saying he has mental health issues. I don't know what it is. He could be just standoff. But to me, from a spiritual perspective, it felt like he was under some type of spell. But he's cool.
Right.
He's very nice and very gentleman. Very cool.
Right. And see, we pray for our brothers, even the brothers that's, in the Hollywood limelight. We pray for the brother. Everything is done out of love, and let's uplift these brothers. Like,
that's my perspective. I could have been paranoid because I didn't want to be in a dress at that time. I was doing it for the money. So
Right. No, that's
He was
understandable.
very nice though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being real. I don't know, man. It don't seem like he just didn't let people get too close. But
Right, right. And ladies and gentlemen, if y'all got any questions, go ahead. Time is now. The time is now.
That's good or bad, but that's just the truth from my perspective.
Right. No. Hey, brother. Hey, brothers, just inquiring minds wanted to know. See, I'll ask you all kind of questions regarding the Hollywood stuff, you being in movies. I wanted to actually know how it was on the set of Tropic Thunder as well, because you was
very
working.
intense.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller taught me how to make films, so shout out to him on that one. I came out learning how to make films, so yeah, he was very intense. They was mad that I didn't kiss Lance Bass and stuff. They was mad that I didn't, do that.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I never knew
they was really upset on that. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And they were like, what do you mean? Like, nope. Nah, dog, that's what Detroit came out.
Right. Yeah, they go too far with it.
Right.
Go too far with stuff, man. But
right.
It's Hollywood. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, the rebranding is coming though. The re-imaging is coming of the nation.
Mm-hmm.
The rebranding of branding.
Exactly. Somebody said we're going to budget and for our love notes. How will the dollars being paid for love notes translate to help into building the nation?
It's a great question. So, so many ways we can do this. Whatever we want to build, say for example, we want to build the Love Note app, right? We say we're going to raise X amount of ounces of love at this price to build the app, right? The Love Note app or a biblical movie, whatever the cause is that we need for our nation. We make sure that whatever, say at 25 slave notes, $25, 25 slave notes, say if we need, do some math real quick, say if we need $5,000 to do an app. Let's just say that, and we did. So somebody do this real quick. What's 5,000 divided by 25? 5,000 divided by 25. Brother was on Wall Street. That's why I see if he had. Y'all gonna meet him too. That's Daniel. 200. Thank you. So 200 times what? 25, I said? Let's do 200 times 25. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. 5,000. So if we was to raise $5,000, we need 200 ounces of love, right? At the price of $25 in slave notes. That 5,000 that's raised will go towards the work of the Almighty and His will. So it transfers the wealth right to what the Most High says for us to do. Everything would be for us to gather and do what the Almighty says to do. So it builds the nation because anything we raise in love notes has to go forth in the Almighty's will and what He says to do. Does that make sense or no? If we want to raise $5,000 in debt notes, we need 200 ounces of love at the price of 25 debt notes. We take those debt notes and we exchange them for love notes. Those debt notes can then pay for something that the Almighty said to do, which is gather, which is the Love Note app. And that's going to bring us all together. And we was able to pay that through us, through a love offering, which we built the temple off of. Most High gave me this structure based off of we got to build the nation on love. Not just it has to be built on love of the Most High and His people. So if we love each other and we love Him, we're going to do His will with what we had, what the actual currency we get with the debt notes. We're going to put it to the Most High's will.
Absolutely. So Justice Burns. Yeah, it makes total sense. Right. Absolutely. Justice Burns asks, so the idea is actually recognized as real identification among society? Question mark.
See, we got to stop saying that. What is real? You want to address that, Elder?
Yeah. So here's the thing. That question that he asked, and I understand it,
Mhm.
but what you're really asking is that ID accepted in the United States, is accepted in another nation. So if you are let's say you're from Germany, or you're from Rome, Italy, is a Roman ID, or I'm sorry, Italian ID from the land of Italy valid in the United States? Can you do anything with that ID in the United States? No, because it's a different jurisdiction. So what we got to do is shift our mentality. Our
Mm-hmm.
mentality is about our nation. Now, the more that we come together, the more numbers that we have in relation to our IDs, the more power that we have. Now, I will say this, on behalf of the United Nations of Israel, being the chairman of the nation, I have spoken to a vast amount of government authorities, whether they be local, state, national, and international. We have put the nation on record. But what we need is you, Israel. So to answer your question, our nation is our ID is valid within our nation. We are working on the premises of making it more valid within other nations. But as a private nation, just like Russia, China, or any other nation, our ID is valid within our nation.
So
But
we are a nation in exile too. Remember, Elder, you always talk about we are a nation in exile. So we got to make
exactly,
sure we operate as the Almighty says to operate as a nation in exile, and for us to gather together and be together with our nation. Everybody
right.
trying to do what they want to do with other nations. That has nothing to do. If you do things that's against the Almighty's obedience, what He said, you're gonna be liable for the other nations. You're gonna be turned over to your enemies, as the Almighty said. Am I right, Elder Shemaiah?
Absolutely. And if you operate in righteousness and you use an ID in righteousness, the Almighty gonna support it. That way you can testify to it.
Yes.
You can use it. I can tell you this, you can use the ID on private situations. What's the private situation that I'm talking about? You know how you go to a store and you want a what do they call that? Those, if you go to Kroger's or any grocery store and they give you this discount card, or you go to Costco's or Sam's Club. I'm mentioning different companies throughout the nation. You go to mobile gas station, you got a discount card. You can show your ID as a valid form of identification to justify who you are, to get that discount card. If you go into a hotel, you can use that also. There's some things that's coupled with that. If you got bank accounts set up in that same name, which is very possible, we teach you these things in our courses on how to
Yes.
do that, and then you can utilize your ID in financial aspects as well. The premises is for us to focus that our nation is autonomous to anybody else. We don't see another country asking whether or not their ID is valid in the United States. Neither do we see if the United States is asking if their ID is valid in another country. So we got to shift the question, really. I got you, and I understand the question. The question is that ID valid in the United States? But in order for ID to be truly valid in any country, it has to be issued by that country. If that makes sense to you.
Is their ID valid in our nation?
Right. That's the other question.
No,
Do
Exactly.
do
no,
we accept the United States ID in the United Nations of Israel? No.
no.
Right.
'Cause
And then it's power in numbers as well. The more these IDs are floating around, the more that people are seeing them hey, there's going to have to be some round table meetings. Hold on, what's going on here? That's how you establish a nation. Okay,
Also,
these
too,
people are seeing themselves as a nation, and they have their own identification. Okay, go ahead, brother. You got the floor.
no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother, because you just you sparked me what you were saying. Is like we just have to like gather and love each other. Declare yourself and love each other. Like people talking about, oh, what can we do with these? And this is, we need to do what the Almighty said to do: gather and love each other. Declare yourself, gather and love each other, and that's where we're at, because this is just it's two people like. Can I get in the strip club with my ID? No, people want to just do, can I drive fast? Can I, just like, just do what the Almighty, everything you do with the Almighty say with the ID, you will be able to do with the ID. That's why y'all got to take Elder Shemaiah's courses. He teaches us, we are not here to get you in trouble going against the Almighty, what he said to do while we're a nation in exile. We're here to be here freely and love each other and gather and show the world our light. We're not here to create violence. We are a peaceful nation. It's the Almighty who is our protector. It's the Almighty who's our avenger. We do not condone radicalist behaviors and crazy stuff against the out of order of the Almighty God. What he says he's gonna fight for us. So if you here to try to get a new identity because you and this and that, if you going against the Most High, we're gonna tell you and what he commanded us to do in this time. You're going to be liable for your enemies, and don't blame it on the United Nations of Israel, because you have to understand what the Most High said to do. And that's why you got to take Elder Shemaiah's courses and take tests before you get your ID. It's all on there. So we're not going to be playing these games. Calling the law department of the UNY, and y'all like, what happened? He's like, you was disobedient. You gotta, we got to be wise while we in this being free from this captivity.
You know what? And I'm glad you said that, because our nation, our ID is valid within our nation. When you got immigrants that come over to the United States to seek citizenship, they're seeking to be validated within the United States, right? So if you're seeking to be validated in your nation, you're not seeking to utilize your validation of your nation in another nation. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And someone also asked, are they available for children as well?
Elder? I think he froze up.
Yep, looked like he froze up. All right. Yeah, somebody asked were they available for, yep. Well, I'm pretty sure they are. I mean, I would think so.
I think the way they go, I forgot how it goes with he has a good, I think it was the whole family. I think they are available for children. But don't quote me, because
well, those are questions they can ask once taking a course. We'll leave that at that.
Yeah, well, you can take the course. You can take the course and really focus on what it means to be a nation, what it means, the history of our this is just the history of everything that we've been through based off of the Almighty's word and history. We're not here to we come in peace. The Almighty is gonna fight our battles. We're just here to gather and love, and that's what we're here to do. Mm-hmm. If anybody really, I pray that you guys are hitting New Breed's site up. I know some of y'all getting love notes from me right now, but I would love for you to hit my brother New Breed. If you love what he's doing, get the love notes from him. We are brothers, and we all in one love connection as brothers. Go and get the love notes from the brother over here, and two, because I'm giving out the free ones for now. It will become a time where we want to raise something or do this together. I need you guys to know that if you guys support my brother New Breed, please click the link. Where's the link in the
It's right there. It's right there in the description box. And if everybody could all my moderators, you could post it in the chat as well. It'll be highly appreciated. And let me say this and about newbreed.love. We're going to have premier merchants being on there. I'm talking about real soon. And not only are you going to be helping them out, but you're going to be setting up a situation where when you see different merchandising, whether it be T-shirts, whether it be soaps, no matter what it may be, that comes onto the site, you will already be prepared for your discount. So if it's something hot, it's something new that drop on there, boom, you already got your love notes, and you did it out of sheer just you wanted to donate, you wanted to contribute. Like some of y'all in the super chat, and I love and appreciate y'all, Lon Diamond and Lavonda Rainey. I highly appreciate it for the super chat. But those $200, right? Let me tell you what these platforms do. So, and I'm highly grateful and I'm appreciative. Let me tell you what these platforms do. What they do is they take 30% off top, and then they take another 10% as far as taxes.
Oh wow!
And it comes a month later as well. So that same 200,
really?
Yes, exactly. When you do it through the super chat, so that same $200 that's in the chat, if you were to put that on the website, if you clicked on newbreed.love and you put that $200 there, you would have received your love notes. You understand? You could have got it that way. And I believe the way we got the platform set up is 1 pound of love, 1 ounce of love, pardon me, for every $10. So imagine having that out there, and you got something in exchange for your contribution, and it's setting you up to be able to support the next merchant that's coming and giving you newsletters and things so you can know what type of access you have.
Because
so
you can always pay stuff forward too. You can go to that merchant and pay for something and give that away to somebody else. You know,
exactly.
So the merchants you have, y'all can just say, "Look, sister, it's like a gift card. I want to pay it for this shirt and give it either to someone less fortunate, or just take it for yourself and support the sisters or whoever brothers who got businesses out here. So yep.
And see what it does is it supports our economy. It builds our nation. It's like, they want to destroy small business. They want to destroy what we're doing, but we're creating an environment where everybody succeed. And it's not no pyramid scheme. They operate in a pyramid. In the back of the dollar, you see a pyramid. We're literally paying it forward, doing a full-blown circle. See, I'm sacrificing. I'll sacrifice Cash App contributions for the greater good. You understand? I would rather you put it towards helping the nation build, because this is bigger than us. And you're not going to hear no content creators doing this. This shows you that the Most High has put the spirit on us.
You ain't never heard nobody have a currency back in love. This is
right.
history.
And this brother sacrificed a lot. We both sacrificed. This brother here, he sacrificed everything. So I want you to think about this. It's taking sacrifice and love to get this thing started, full-blown, full circle. Go ahead, brother. You got it. This is history right here in the making.
You ain't never seen any currency backed in love. So y'all gonna have to just know that this is a currency of the Almighty. And you ain't never heard of the United Nation of Israel. And you never heard of any of this before. We just popped out of nowhere. That's how the Almighty do it. The lions are here. We pouncing, we ready to go. Y'all didn't see this coming. Smack on the face. Let's go to war. Almighty's ready to build Israel. So let's go. It ain't no more excuses. We here.
Exactly.
We from Detroit. Another situation where you didn't see that coming. So there you go. That's how the Almighty do it. The least likely ones, the least likely city to build a nation out of the city of Detroit, the most worst place, downtrodden place in the world besides Memphis. And Memphis.
Hey, man, all praises to the Most High. And I know that you're a busy brother. I don't want to hold y'all on too long. If there's some closing sentiments y'all want to get out to the people. Somebody in the chat said, what is it backed by? Love. It's backed by love. That's what it's backed by. But if there's any closing sentiments, brother, that you got, both of you brothers, share it with the people.
I wanted to ask the question to her, what is the United States currency backed by? And what is our currency backed by? We're going to say it one more time so you understand it. It's backed on the love and the credit of Yahuwah and his people, the Most High and his people. So when you say what is it backed on, it's not just love. It's the Almighty's love. His love and his credit. Like, y'all really, you see what I'm saying? Like, you can't get none, like, you can't have gold without the Almighty's word. or his love. You can't have any elements on the earth without the Almighty's love and credit. So y'all need to ask your question, what is your currency backed by?
Exactly. I would say the total opposite. Hate, division.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, a lot of times people talk about being the children, shalom, brother, shalom, sister. Oh, we Israel. Hey, and I hear all of this. I hear all of that. And from the inception of my awakening, I've heard all of that before. But never before in history have I seen brothers actually put something in motion that was tangible, that actually stake claim to their identity, that it's there. You can see it, and it's actually promoting not only our economy, but it's doing philanthropy work, and it's opening up. It's really separating the wheat and tare as well, because as I said, and I said this many times on my platform, if you're not supporting, you're not important. You cannot build a nation without actually building. You cannot build a nation. If you really love your people, if you really believe in your people, it's going to take sacrifice. The scripture says, freely I give and freely I shall receive. And I can tell you right now, I am living proof of that. I'm pretty sure these brothers are living proof of that. We are able to stay afloat and do what it is we do, because guess what? We sacrifice and we do it out of love. And that's what it's going to take. And a lot of times people think I'm browbeating them and I'm going in on them when I'm talking about y'all need to be supporting. Y'all need to be supporting. No, it is really that deep, because at this current time, we at war. And the book of Deuteronomy says, if you buy and sell from your neighbor, it commands you actually buy and sell from your neighbor. Therefore, you shall not oppress your neighbor. Now, what does it mean by that? If you're buying and selling from the other nations, by process of elimination, they're taking that money and they're fueling it to suppress us. Now, if you're funding, if you're building with your brothers in this circle, you're literally bringing your nation up. So,
and if you think about it, that's the only commodity Israel has right now, because we don't have no land right now. Right, we're not in our land. We don't have our we don't have natural resources right now yet. Until the Most High blesses us, we don't have anything to back. All we do is the Almighty's word and His love is the commodity to the whole world. That's all we have. We ain't got nothing else.
That is real talk. And see, there's going to be a lot of things in the works. And keep in mind, everything can't be said on these platforms. You know, everything can't be said. It just is what it is with these platforms and how they run. But I can assure you, some great things are gonna come out. So we the people, we got to really put our mentalities to what our hearts really desire. Do we want to be free as a nation? Do we believe that word when it talks about our people actually overcoming this beast and this beast system? Do we believe it? Do we believe that the heavens are wide open for us if we begin to be obedient to the command of the Most High? Now it's time to be a part of a circle. It's time to really do this thing. It's time to be active, because this is historical. You want to be on the right side of history, because it's going down, because the Most High has blessed it. Yep.
You know, one of my elders always say, and it's true, Israel, all of us on this phone, all of us that's listening, we are the walking word of the Most High Almighty. Let that sink in, because far too long we let other things draw us, other powers and influence take hold of us. We are the set apart nation of Israel. Make no mistake about that. When you look at all the things that we suffered over the years, it only points to our captivity. But also, when you understand our culture, our heritage, our creator, we shall be redeemed. So we're not here to preach at you, because this is not a church communication. This is talking about nation. But to understand your word is to understand the Most High Almighty and to understand your heritage. All these things you're speaking of, the love notes, the flag, the ID. Matter of fact, we didn't even mention about the vaccination, the exemption for vaccination letters. We have been helping our people be exempt from vaccinations, and we've been very successful with that. So I'm gonna use a quote that I think it was President Eisenhower said, but I'm gonna relate it to us as a people. Don't ask what the UNY can do for you. Come forward and gather and build your nation. Take part, take hold of it, because it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
There's no I in team. The only sovereign is the Most High, but we are children of a sovereign creator. We need to let that sink in. And it's by no coincidence that we are in the situation that we're in today. We are here to learn from our errors and our mistakes. And as we learn from our errors and our mistakes, let's not keep on repeating those same things, expecting different results. Let's stop looking for love in all the wrong places. Let's focus on the Most High. Let's focus on the things that we're coming to you with. Let's get off the paradigm of supporting each other. Let us be that nation that we called to be. For in this day and time, the Almighty is putting forth His word. He's putting forth His judgment in the earth. We can all see it. You know, and what that means is, even with our people, if we walk in contrary to the Most High, He gonna raise our skirts over our head and expose us. So let us be about our nation business. We talk about all the time. How come black people can't get together? How come everybody else can get together but us? We say that. How many times have we heard that?
I'm so tired of hearing that. And then we coming with the solutions. So it's no more excuses.
Right.
No excuses.
No more excuses, Israel. It's time to take part. It's time to come together. It's time to support. That's why we're here. We're not doing this to get some financial gain. We're doing this because we love our people and because the Almighty called us to it. All three of us on this broadcast right now.
Most High owns the world, and we are His children. So what can a dollar bill do to anybody? And all they doing is hoarding the Most High's energy, and all the energy and all the natural resources can be backed on His love, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna have to pay up. So they already know.
And we all got it. We all got it.
Yep.
That we give. Listen, it's right here.
It's right here.
We're not playing.
If y'all want snacks,
let me get that close up there. Y'all got to see this.
New breed too. When you get a chance, bro, I want to talk about some things that happened with some of my ventures and why I know the Almighty's with this versus the things that I was doing outside of the order or the way He said to do it. And I know once I put things in order, He started to bless it. Most High really want us dealing with each other. He don't want us dealing with all these other nations. Like how you make a clothing line that's out of Ukraine, and then the Most High have Putin come in and like, come on, man. That's only the Most High that can do something like that. Like,
right.
he like, okay, you don't want to work with your people right now? Okay, watch this. I'm gonna have Putin come in there and blow your clothes up.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Turn around, and look, the same over in Ukraine, while they talking about their sovereignty being taken, they still find time to discriminate against other so-called black people and not letting them out.
Mm-hmm.
We don't hear us talking about that. That's not on mainstream. All NATO allies, they're not trying to get our people out of there. They're not even caring about it.
Only people we're gonna care about is us and the Most High. That's all we got is each other. So we gotta really we gotta go. Like this ain't even hard. And it's okay. If people don't understand it, because the Most High is gonna just start showing us more and more how He gonna make us come. See, this is the love part. This is the part where He's gathering us, the obedience. This is a love plea. But He also said, I'm gonna gather Israel with fury. So have fun with that. So either way, we're gonna be gathered. So you might as well do it on the love program first, because it's gonna happen.
Facts. That's real talk right there. Hey, this is the building of a nation, ladies and gentlemen. No religious talk. And let's start putting things into action. We have got to get on the same page. We got to support our people, help small businesses out, and it's all in a click away. You know what they meant for our destruction. You know how they separated us with everything is Uber Eats and grocery store runs and everything is internet. But what they use to separate us, the Most High God is actually using to bring us together. It's a click away.
And
it's literally
in front of the whole world now. They done built a grid for the Almighty to go through. He got you again.
Right.
Stagnate. Hey, we're closer together than ever, and we're building. And the Most High God also said we would be His battle axe. His people would be His battle axe, and He don't mean as in we're gonna be shedding blood and we're gonna be cussing people out in the streets and all of that. No, He meant His battle axe as far as they ain't gonna know what hit them.
Right.
Yeah, we gotta take the negative energy out of Israel. So much negativity. We taking all that out. We done with it. We done. The United Nations Israel is here. We done with this negative. I'm exposing you, brother. You getting exposed. You getting exposed. Nah. This is a whole new breed. Like the Almighty has. It's a new breed of love. He laughing. That's how they be. We getting exposed. Man. Then they be like, it's not real Hebrew, but then they saying Aki. We gotta stop. Stop. We need to do the simple things right now and gather. That's it. Stop I speak this many languages. I do this. It's too much. Just do the simple things and let the Almighty bring us down and see. Be obedient. Simple things. So with that being said, brother, if you have any questions, I'm here. It's whatever y'all want to do. But I mean, I'm pretty much getting in my silly mode at this point.
Oh no, brother, it's no problem. And I know you're a busy man, and we appreciate y'all to coming on and sharing y'all time with us. And I'll just do my closing sentiments. It's always an honor to have you on, Elder Brandon. Y'all welcome anytime. Everybody go to the website, share it in the chat one more time for everybody, my moderators. And it's just been a pleasure building with you, brothers. It's been very insightful, and I know that this is the beginning of something really, really powerful. Thank you,
brother. And I
want
to clear the air for all the people that got the Kingdom Heirs, bro. Can we get on there later on and talk about that? Because I wanted to clear the air with some of the ventures that we had. I was out of order in the way the Most High wanted to do things. And, working with demons, these other nations, they deleted the website. It's a lot of stuff that happened. And it was nothing I was in control of. Only thing I was in control of was actually working with. He showed me when you work with other nations and it's not His will, this is how they're going to do you.
Mm-hmm.
Now we working with each other, and it's been no problems. People are receiving their love notes. Brothers and sisters are gathering together, and I'm in obedience. So, that's where we're at right now. So I do want to talk about that next time we come on here, please. I'm very transparent with everything, and I will tell the truth and the truth will set us free. And I want everybody to know what's going on.
Absolutely, brother. And we got over 1,100 people in the building. And listen, and let me say this, everybody hit the thumbs up. Everybody get the thumbs up. And Brandon, anytime, brother, you want to come on, just hit me up. I need to clear some things up. You got it. And everybody go follow Kingdom Magazine via YouTube. Everybody click on Kingdom Magazine. Get on there. And it's one more thing. See, I know you're trying to leave, things just keep popping up because I kind of want people to know, like, that we're serious about the rebranding of our nation, even the image. Like, and I know you don't want to put too much out there, but I kind of want people to know where their support is going on my end as well as yours, because there's going to be some joint ventures. And you know how to film movies, my brother, and that's powerful. Like if you look at China, they have taken a depiction of all effeminate males off of TV to promote more revolutionary images, and the Most High God has used you to be able to do not only to make more family friendly. Oh man, it's just so much to. I don't want to get into that. I want you to elaborate on some of the things that may be in the works, as far as where this investment is going, where this love is going, and how it can redirect the energy of what we see now.
One, we need our biblical stories being told. Period. We got to show, whether it's short films, whatever. We need some positive comedies. We need some things that only show our people in the way the Almighty wants us to be. That's number one. But we definitely need. I've been trying to do biblical content. I got a show that I will not talk about right now, but it's very, very powerful, and it has to do with biblical content. I believe that if we raise with the love notes, we're gonna be able to do as much as we need to do if people are willing to support. So comedies, action, drama, music. Brother, you want to get your music up? Hey, be like, look, give me 500 ounces of love so I get my album out. You know, people, let's all work together. But we need to do our Bible. We need to do the Bible. Period. That's number one. We need to do the Bible. We need to get some biblical content. And I've tried to reach out to people with this, and everybody is demons. So Israel, we need to do the Bible, okay? So y'all get ready for that because we need to do the Bible.
Absolutely. We need you to go to www.yahwehgather.us, register with your nation, get your ID, because that will help us have the funding to do all the things we talking about. We can go buy Jordans that cost what, $200, $250. We can go to the next greatest concert. It might be anywhere from $50 to $150. We can do all of that. But when it comes to supporting our nation, we don't do it. But then we'll turn around and say, how can y'all help us? Come on, Israel. We got to start helping each other.
Exactly. And you have a lot of people out there that talk about the image of our men and our people in general. The family structure looks to be just dwindling to no avail when you're looking at the movies they putting out. Is all dysfunctional. All the shows, somehow they try to make it dysfunctional. Even things that are supposed to be family oriented. But you have a lot of leaders. You have a lot of people talking. You don't have a lot of leaders that will sacrifice to actually change our image. Opposed to speaking about the problem but not coming with no solution. No, we have to literally rebrand. That's why the brother name is Brandon. But we are all a part of the rebranding of our nation. In order to gain respect on a global scale, we're going to have to really support each other. That's where it really comes to building. And all you leaders out there on social media, all you brothers, content creators, reach out. If you want to be a part, it's already a couple brothers that reach out, some brothers with some big followings as well. That's in the truth, that's awakened. But anybody, you don't have to necessarily adhere to all the philosophies that's being taught, or all the teaching, not philosophy, that's the wrong word, all of what we believe. But if you really genuinely have love for your people and you absolutely hate how we're being depicted, and you hate the fact that Black business is being trampled, and they're literally ruling and reigning over us with an iron fist because of the lack of support, and you have the notoriety and the leadership skills and the people are watching you, gear them towards the right place. You could even just share my videos. If you don't want to be a part of it, hey, listen, these brothers doing some real stuff out here, and this is changing. This ain't just dwelling on problems. This is actually making a change. So really consider going over there, hitting that link, newbreed.love, and really showing your support and getting something in exchange that's going to help build our nation up.
I'm with it, brother. I appreciate you. Please, guys, support my brother, New Breed. Get as many love notes as possible. We're going to send them to your house. You will get stuff in return. Just the more you give, the more you receive. And we're here to uphold our nation. We're here to go get your IDs and from the United Nations of Israel, Yahwehgather.us. And I'm here. We ready. We ready to go. We ready to go. Read that love, y'all. Make sure y'all get that, and we ready to go. So I've been waiting.
Thank you, brother, so much for joining us. Come on anytime. I'm gonna do some closing sentiments. Once you brothers leave out of the queue, if there's anything else y'all want to say, you go ahead and let it out now, and then we'll move on and build. We'll build a little bit later. Yeah, soon. Okay. We got to build again.
Good, Elder. I'm good. I'm chilling.
Hey, I'm good. I just want to say to all the listeners out there, we love you. We family, and let's come on home. Let's join each other. Let's rise as a nation.
Thank you. All praises to the Most High. Thank you, brothers. Till next time. Shalom. All right. Peace.
Shalom. Love you, man.
Love you too. Shalom.
Love you, brothers. All right. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.
I don't know how to leave, just so you know.
Oh, I got you, brother. Peace. All praises to the Most High, all praises. And I just wanted to get into some of the semantics of the website before I close out. I wanted to get into some of the semantics so you brothers and sisters can know what you're dealing with and how to maneuver on it and what this website means. All right. Because I've been blessed to be able to have this website, and this website is not limited. It's not limited. It has capacity to do great things. And everybody's been raving about it and saying, hey, you got to get a website so you can maneuver a certain way. And now is the time, ladies and gentlemen. Now is the time where it's up and running, but we have to start off honing in and focusing on all up and coming merchandisers. Like, and the first premier merchandiser I want on there is Shy Blood Before Dishonor. Y'all already know what it is. We got to get some of her things up there, and we're gonna get the t-shirt line going and things of that nature. And I just want everybody to know that the Most High has been putting things on his chosen, and a lot of y'all understand what's going on right now. And the question is, are you ready? Are you ready? That's the question. So I want people to really marinate on that, think about that. It's been a powerful stream, been a powerful show. Shout out to the brothers that was just on. They brought forth a lot of just truth. And I don't want to be long-winded. I'm going to go ahead and go. Yes, the enemy tried to get me early. I had a little migraine going. I mean, it was all kind of things being thrown up. I was getting technical difficulties over here. I had a migraine at the beginning of the stream. I had to work through it. But all praises to the Most High God. And thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for showing y'all support. That migraine went away real quick, though. All praises. All right, ladies and gentlemen, everybody have a peaceful evening. Be blessed. With that being said, shalom and peace.